I guess I want to start off this show by talking about something that was reported, and I'm not even joking, at halftime of today's game. I believe he put this out for a reason. Now, again, this literally just dropped at halftime of the game, and we're going to react to it because this is worth talking about. And as I responded the moment he posted this video, the plot thickens. I like to give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to try my best to react to this, but I want to give a big shout out to Chris Haynes. This is what he is calling his Haynes briefs, which is kind of a funny name, but Chris Haynes is a longtime NBA inside reporter. Hopefully you guys can still hear me while I put my microphone down. You already know the drill here, one-man show. Yeah, as you can see, my little response down there, the plot thickens. So let's listen to Chris Haynes as he is saying sources, a Milwaukee Bucks Bradley Beal connection is non-existent. Let's listen to what Chris Haynes said. Here we go.
Chris Haynes with another Haynes brief for you today. Contrary to popular belief, I was just informed that the Milwaukee Bucks have not inquired about Phoenix Suns star Bradley Beal. In fact, it was explained to me that a connection between the two is non-existent. So if Phoenix is able to acquire Jimmy Butler, it would not come via the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the star guard. This is Chris Haynes.
So the plot thickens. And you guys, I specifically wore this Riddler hat for two reasons. One, because the Riddler is probably my second favorite DC Batman villain, like right next to the Joker. I love the Riddler. And two, I wore this Riddler hat because I just have no clue what is going on with all this Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal, Phoenix Suns trade rumors. I'm not going to sit here and BS you guys. Yes, I am Suns geek. I try to follow all the Suns news and all the rumors and all the reports, and I try to give you guys my absolute best analysis, insight, and opinion. But I honestly and genuinely can tell you guys, I have no clue what's going on. There have been so many reports, so many tweets and information and stuff that has been put out the last week, the last 48 hours, the last 24 hours. And again, even before I went live at halftime, this now comes out, the Haynes brief, that the Phoenix Suns, Milwaukee Bucks, Bradley Beal thing is non-existent. It seems like every single day, every few hours, we just get report after report, rumor after rumor. It is just so hard to follow. Now, look, I'm not saying that Chris Haynes is wrong. I'm not saying that Chris Haynes' sources are wrong. And I'm not saying any of these big-time reporters like Shams and whoever else you want to follow, insert name in the chat or insert name in the comments, because trust me, there's a lot of people that I follow and respect and I love and I trust. I'm not saying their sources are wrong, but it is extremely difficult to just follow all these different people who are saying all these different things. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to come off as a hypocrite because that is going to be a big part of this show. We're going to kind of read some stuff that is being reported or stuff that is being talked about. But because so many people nowadays have so many sources, it is just so difficult to follow. And clearly, we are in trade season. And trade rumors, not just with the Suns, are flying like crazy. It is just so difficult to follow. And I've changed my tune a lot on the Jimmy Butler stuff. I talked about it, I believe, with John Voida and Boyd from the Aussie Suns Fans podcast when we traded for Nick Richards. I've soured on the Jimmy Butler stuff. Now, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be a great fit here. I guess I would be pretty excited when we do trade for him, but I think I'm just more over the rumors and the reports. reports. You know what I mean? So I think it's just that. I think I'm just burnt out and tired of all of the Jimmy Butler wants to Jimmy Butler wants to be in Phoenix, and Jimmy Butler and Phoenix wants Jimmy, and blah blah blah, and this trade and that trade and this. I think I'm just tired of that. I think that's really what I've soured on. Now I've been talking to a lot of people, like my friends and just people that have DM'd me. So I appreciate you if you're one of those people. Like, people are genuinely curious about my opinion, and I appreciate it. And I pretty much have told them what I pretty much just told you guys. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Your guess is as good as mine, but I will say this. It is clearly going to be a multi-team trade with multiple different players. Shams Charania of ESPN has talked about that, and many others have talked about that. A big part of this show is John Gamadoro from Arizona Sports, who I want to give a big shout out to. And real quick, I wanted to thank John Gambo because he actually retweeted our podcast when Nick Richards was traded. So that was pretty cool. He retweeted that. And really just thank John Gambo for all the hard work and reporting and stuff that he does. And the fact that he responds to tweets and gives us information. So I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to him. But it's been nuts, you guys. I have soured on the Jimmy Butler stuff. I will believe it when I see it. When the Jimmy Butler Phoenix Suns trade is 110% official and the papers are signed and the team reports it and all of that, I will believe it. But until then, it's just we have to react to what we know. And I had a conversation with another friend. I said, we are reacting to what we know, and we are reacting in the moment. And the latest quote report is that Bradley Beal and the Milwaukee Bucks, those trade talks are non-existent. And I was going to talk about this a little bit later. I do just want to remind you guys, I'm not trying to preach to you guys, but this is a real thing in the NBA. Now, I don't really follow sport like other sports like football and hockey and all that and baseball. So I don't know if it's true in football and baseball and all that, but I know for a fact in the NBA, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes trade rumors, trade reports, and teams talking to each other over the phone, sometimes those reports stop and pretty much die as quickly as they start. Like, you guys remember during the off season when Darius Garland was in trade rumors and there was a report he wanted out, and then all of a sudden those reports got super quiet, and now the Cavs are like the best team in the NBA, at least one of them, besides the Thunder. So again, I'm wearing this Riddler hat with a whole bunch of question marks on it because I just have no clue.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.